Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dungeons and Drams. Tonight we are here with 4 other players. If you watched last week's episode, you'll know that Daffy is no longer with us. She's off on her own adventure, and perhaps we'll run into her again in the future. But for those of you remaining, I would love to know, starting with you, Ed, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I am doing something completely different from anything I usually do. I have Givon Chardonnay.
Ooh.
I don't usually drink white wines, and but I'm trying this one. So it's an unbarrel aged Chardonnay. So
Okay.
yes, expanding my palate and such.
Nice. My wife refers to Chardonnays as Chardonnays. Like whenever I go buy her wine, just don't get Chardonnay. So that's how she told me to remember it. So.
Usually they're just very, very like overly buttery. This one is not so much. So that's kind of fun for me. But yeah, I am playing. That's what I'm drinking, and I am playing as Agnomeio Banderas, the gnome fighter.
Excellent. All right, Jason, how are you? What are you doing?
Doing good, man. I am drinking this new bottle I just got from Nashville Barrel Company. It's the Nash Tucky. So it's basically barrels they buy in Kentucky. I think they age them for a little bit in Nashville. And apparently that's a very sought-after sourced whiskey in there. But so I'm going to give it a try tonight while I am playing with the rogue arcane trickster, the man, the myth, the legend, Alessio Morte.
He's so dark.
The dark one.
He's so dark.
so dark.
Like, you can't even see his eyes. He's so dark.
Those of you watching will notice that we have these new little cards on the side that are kind of giving some info about everybody. When I did Jason's, I was very tempted to just put black. But I thought better of it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I should have done it.
I should have like faded it so much like you could barely see it.
Awesome. All right, so Clifton, what are you drinking? Who are you playing?
Hello. I'm drinking. I actually just grabbed the closest thing to me. I just picked this up from my store. It's the Hirsch. Is it how you pronounce it? Hirsch?
I would think so.
Hirsch
Yeah.
single barrel. It's cast strength 128 proof. I don't know much about it. Like I said, I just picked it up, but they have 2 different. It's like a blend of 2 different mash bills, which, if y'all are curious, they're right there on the back. So it's double oaked. So not sure the details. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited to dive into it while I play the character of Knobolas, a half elf warlock.
Nice. Oh, and actually your card just came up. Perfect timing. And Adriana.
I'm not doing anything interesting. Everybody else is changing it up or trying something new. I just have Knob Creek and Rare Breed next to me. So I'm going to do some Rare Breed. I don't know. I was like, we're going to start out something new. Let me have something, familiar around me for this.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to do that. Right? I'm going to do that while playing TaLin Creek, the not-so-stout half-lane ranger.
She's pretty stout. Okay, and I am Bill, your resident DM. I am actually, I'm very excited. I have this something to announce. So for the first time in a very long time, I've got a couple of new single barrel releases out. Finally. I won't go into all of that, but what I will tell you is I have 2 single barrels. One that is done by Barrel Spirits, which I'm calling the Apricot Affair. So it's finished in Armagnac casks, and it is super heavy on the apricot flavor. It is delicious. Of course, it's 8 to 15-year-old bourbons, and then finished for 4 months in Armagnac cask. And then I have a second one from Starward, Australian whiskey, which after talking to them, I could be wrong, or maybe their salesperson doesn't know all the details, but to what they told me, it's the first single barrel Starward that they've done in the U.S., and I called it Radiant Red Solera. And it's because it's finished in red wine casks, you're getting a lot of fruit notes and whatnot, but super good. Both of them, obviously, I really, really liked, and I'm excited to be back on it. So you can find a link to that either on thewhiskeydictionary.com, or I have a new website called whiskeydickpics.com.
Yes.
Very fitting.
But
how many different work accounts you can go on your work account
Yeah. So far, it's funny because so far that one is working on my work account, but I suspect it will soon be classified as something not to go visit. But anyway, so if anybody's interested, go check those out. All right. Does anybody else have any announcements that they'd like to make? Otherwise, we'll get into the recap. Cool.
Bueller.
Nice. All right. Well, we had quite an episode last time, so I'll try to keep this as brief as I can. But when last we saw our heroes, they had managed to reach the top of the ziggurat of Halixia, where they met the young black dragon Thorek the Malevolent Mist, who was being tortured by the Infinite Coil, a group of UNT determined to bring their god Halix back to the world, and were using the dragon's suffering to facilitate that. The group tried to convince the dragon that they were not there to fight, but Thorek was far too gone and attacked the party. Agnomeio and Daffy left the dragon to the rest of the party and raced north to attempt to stop a ritual being performed by an archdruid named Pharaoh Rainblossom. Unfortunately, the group was unsuccessful and the ritual was finished. A large magical sigil encompassing the entirety of Halixia began glowing with octarine light, and the slaves across the entire city had the blood drained from their bodies and transported to the Oasis of Serpents, where Halix, the Worldbreaker, rested. The ritual was finished and Halix erupted from the oasis, raising hundreds of feet into the air and crashing down onto the land below, creating a massive canyon through the whispering expanse. And last you saw of him, he was heading to the north. The group, along with the help from the Goliaths of the Brass Blades and a number of airborne gnomes, were able to defeat Thorek and escape from Halixia while being pursued by the UNT. You lost your pursuers in the jungle, but managed to stay together. As you walked, Daffy told you of her intentions to set off on her own and fulfill her quest she was given by the Verdant Knights of the Ancients, and make her way to the disintegrated peaks, and hopefully find the intertwined trees that were once her parents. Before night set on the first night, Knobolas heard an all too familiar voice, that of his mother telling him, "Knobolas, you need to come to Volantis and fix this." That was yesterday, and you've been making your way through the bush of Jilriel. Your path forward is unclear. And I'd like you guys to tell me, where are you heading? I'm going to bring up the map of Dimidium here, just so that you can kind of have an idea.
Great.
So, what you'll notice, you guys are down right to the to the east of Halixia. You've escaped, you're down here, and you've been traveling through the jungle for about a day. If you notice...
Going west or east?
At the moment, going to the east. Yep. Okay. So you'll notice that from the Oasis of Serpents, there is now a new canyon filled with water leading to the ocean that is now cutting the Whispering Expanse in half. Before that was mostly plain land, and that's all you know at the moment. That's what you were able to see from the top of Halixia. So tell me.
So wait, so now the ocean is connected to the Oasis of Serpents, whereas before it was not.
Yep.
Correct? Okay. Interesting.
The Whispering Expanse.
Mm-hmm.
And we somehow know this.
Well, this is your map. I mean, you guys have a map, and you draw on your map. You're like, oh, big snake.
No, but like our map got updated that the water is connected now?
Well, we did see a giant serpent
There's a canal.
crash into the land and create a giant valley. I think we could probably put two and two together.
That's a pretty. It's like, think about it. How high you'd have to be. I don't. Okay. Anyways, I'm not going to argue with it. I'm glad we have this information, so I'll stop arguing.
It's a magical map.
Adriana's science mind is kicking in. She doesn't. This is not working right now.
Have you ever been on a hike and like try to, get yourself reoriented kind of thing? You never can fucking get high enough. Well, if you're short like me. Really
See, I just stand up, Adriana? I don't know.
I have to like climb the tree. So Clifton or Knobolas, you heard, or do we know that you heard something from your mom? And is that something we want to take into consideration?
I mean, I can bring it up. Do you guys know that? Do you all know that I hear my mom? I don't even know if I've revealed that yet, officially.
I don't think so. I think we know that you've got creepy fugitive written all over you.
I'll let them know, like, hey, something tells me we need to go towards Is it Volantis? I'm looking at the map. It looks like Voltanis.
Volantis.
Volantis.
Okay. I think we should head that way, but I know that there's this dangerous expanse in our path, so I'm open to how we cross this.
Do you think there's anybody at the Oasis of Serpents that's got a boat? Like they could just get us to the coast real quick? I don't know if anyone does anyone know if anyone lives around there? Can we roll for like history or anything like that?
I would say either. Let's see. So TaLin has been in this area. The rest of you really haven't. But let's do this. How about either Agnomeio? You could either roll. Let's do this. Either Agnomeio and TaLin both roll, or TaLin you could roll with advantage. Let's do both of you. Let's do both of you roll. Sorry. Let's do both of you roll. Because you're a man of the world.
I am.
Yes.
I'm so worldly.
Oh, well,
Hey,
I rolled a 7, so.
where's my token?
What's a boat?
Oh, you might. What's a boat? Actually, well, you don't have a token on the screen, but I don't know how
okay.
TaLin managed to roll with
Yeah,
that.
TaLin, how did you do that? That was impressive.
Oh, if you go to your person and player characters, and you can always see yourself and pull up your little thing.
Look at that. Look at you. That's awesome. Thank you.
Also, fun fact, you can see each other's too. So sometimes I try to figure out like if y'all are okay or not.
That's cool. All right. Oh. So at the moment,
We don't know Jack.
You do. So I'll give you with a 7 though. I'll tell you that you do know that in the Whispering Expanse, it is pretty much just a gigantic field of grass. Like it's mostly barren, but it would not. Thank you. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. What I was, you know what it was? I was stuck on the what is it from Game of Thrones where they had the great grass sea or whatever they called it. I was trying to yeah. But anyway, so the Whispering Expanse is a giant plain. And although there are people who would live there, their settlements are very sparse and it's very hard to make a living there. In the Oasis of Serpents, it's very much the jungle, so it'd be strange if people lived there, but maybe. I mean, there was these jungle gnomes that nobody knew were around.
Yes.
I bet there are serpents there. Just a wild guess.
What? That's crazy. So we're thinking about going where to do what.
So we gotta head northeast.
Get on the same page.
To Volantis. So we either gotta find a river to follow, or we gotta find a road and hike up there, or
sorry, what do we know about? Is it Volantis or is it Voltanis?
Volantis. Think like Atlantis from a volcano.
Is it to the right of the disintegrated peaks?
It is to the northeast of the disintegrated peaks at the moment. That's typically where it stays, but this is a map. This is showing you that there is a floating city that is generally stationed, and you can see there is a crater where Volantis rose from the ground.
Oh yeah, look at that. I see the crater.
Which is spelled Voltanus.
Crap! Well, I have a typo. It is.
I was like, that's why I questioned it.
I'm so sorry. Wow. All right, call that a issue. That's a typo. It's Volantis.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a language.
No, I feel way better that you guys were like clearly not able to read. But apparently
it's a
I can't type.
Thing.
Yes.
In Dwarvish it's Volantis, but in Elvish it's Voltanis.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought he was writing in some weird language. Yeah. I'm like, that clearly says Voltanis.
So
do you guys honestly think that I would give you a location called Voltanus? That's not Zero chance.
Shocking.
With laser nips over here? Why not?
Absolutely.
That's fine. Oh wait, it's not called Voltanus? I'm not interested anymore, sorry.
Never mind. Mob-lied.
So, it is Volantis. Tell you what, let's see. You know what, Clifton, only because you once claimed to be from Volantis, why don't you roll a history check for me to see what you know about the city?
Not much.
Looks like we gotta go through freaking Mount Doom and Mordor to get there. Jesus.
Ooh, a 19.
Oh.
That's a nice roll.
Fantastic. Well, you know quite a bit.
Maybe I
actually.
am from there.
Wait,
I don't know.
that was a nat 20, but you just have a -1.
Of course I do.
I just want to clarify. That's a thing.
He obviously sucks at history, but he's great at nipples.
I'm like, wow, he rolled a nat 20. Why is it, what?
So you know what happens is as you're thinking about this, you hear your mother's voice is kind of filling in some of the blanks. But let me tell you quite a bit about Volantis. So Volantis is a city of magic. It is a school for mages, and has always been. When the Disintegrated Peaks, before they were the Disintegrated Peaks, they were simply part of the Thunder Howl Mountains. But when they exploded, this is what your natural 20 -1 gets you, there was a ancient red dragon named Fireclaw, who was responsible for essentially disintegrating those peaks. There was a gigantic blast, pyroclasm, etc., and the mages from Volantis covered the city in a giant shield and had an out, which was to raise the city from the ground. And they ended up flying it over the ocean. So, Volantis is, several thousand feet up into the air. So in order to get to it, typically you need to travel by airship or some other way of getting into the air. I'd say that's probably everything that you could possibly know about Volantis without ever really having visited there.
So,
That
if we
sounds
get there,
hard.
do we know how to get there?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the map looks pretty daunting just because, is it possible to go through the mountains, over the mountains? Do we have to go all the way up north to the Disintegrated Peaks to kind of work our way through there to get there?
Also, I know there's definitely a place we can get some airships on the other continent, but I don't know. Are airships? Are they common over here?
Definitely not common, but they do travel transcontinent. In fact, other than the only reason that you guys really took a boat is because you were on like a jail boat. There's no sense in wasting good money on prisoners. So it is not common to take an airship. Like I would doubt that any of you have ever been on one, other than possibly TaLin. You tell me, TaLin, would you have ever taken an airship?
I was literally about to ask, could I have taken I'm pretty sure I did take an airship from the Titanic Chasms to get over here, because I made some bank over there and was able to afford it.
Absolutely. That makes sense. And a ride on an airship would be pretty costly, to the point where many people who have to ride on them frequently would own their own. It's also kind of an uncommon thing to be, say, a merchant via airship, because, frankly, it just makes more sense to ship things. It's heavy stuff doesn't float well.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
So right now we're like, just as far as our characters, our buddy Knobolas is hearing voices from his mom. This is the first we've heard of it, and he's like, Mom says to go to Volantis or Voltanus or wherever.
Volantis.
Are there any other options
No.
that we would like to consider? Like, do we want to stick around and try to fix what we just did, or see if there's a way?
Wasn't Jason Voorhees' ma situation thing? Wasn't she saying that she wanted us to come so we could fix it? Gotta fix.
Is that what it's for?
problem? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was the.
Clifton, I'm looking at you, Clifton, and you're just like, oh.
Clifton, at this
It's your mom.
Well, so let's handle this canonically. Clifton, what are you telling them about what you heard? What are you actually saying?
I mean, I feel like at this point I trust them enough. I can start to kind of let them in that I've had in addition to my patron that has been guiding me in the past, I've had a lighter voice that's kind of guiding me, and it hasn't failed me yet on our journeys. And I think it might be the answer to everything we're looking for, unless y'all have a better idea.
Wait, your patron, as in the devil?
Well, previously, this is not the devil, but previously
Okay.
I had conversations with him, which is why some shit went down in the past. But I'm telling you, this is a good voice in my head.
Okay, cool. TaLin's like newer to the group, so she's confused about this whole you've got voices thing.
Even in the wizarding
But it's
world,
cool.
hearing voices is not a good thing.
Exactly. Good job, Hermione.
But I'll trust it. Okay, so it sounds like we need to get there, and we also are gonna need an airship to find a way.
So, would it be best to try to get to Knife's Edge? Is that the biggest, like, closest of the? We might find an airship. I'm guessing.
So
That
it would
seems
be
reasonable.
unlikely, unfortunately. So you guys will remember when you were in Alowith Harbor, the boat was actually taking you to Knife's Edge, and there were a
Where
few
did my
different ways.
airship drop me off?
Your airship dropped you off at the dwarven city of. Let me just zoom in on this for everybody else. Erngor Zuak.
Ah.
And then you would have headed
let's-
to the south along this white road here, across the Whispering Expanse, and eventually made your way into the Bush of Jilriel.
Okay, so guys,
Or maybe taking the jungle.
I've
It's up
actually
to
taken
you.
an airship before.
It's up to you how you would have traveled, but that would be probably the most straightforward way.
Where I would have been dropped off.
All right.
guys,
to Umgor Zuak.
Yeah, that's where I've been on an airship before, so we might be able to find one there.
Yeah,
Seems like we could go around the eastern side of the oasis and
I like that
Head
plan
north?
better than trying to make our way through the mountains. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they look Bernie.
the eye of Sauron is there. I'm not going there.
All right.
Knobolas, being from Volantis, do you know if there's anything special you need to do or know or be to find it? Since it
Let
kind
me
of floats
also
around.
let Melanie know a little secret. I'm not actually from Volantis. So,
You rolled the 20.
no, I forget. I'm from small town somewhere back on our 1st continent. I don't remember the exact name of it, but I'm not from Volantis.
So you are from the.
You lied to us?
You're from one of the
It's
towns.
necessary.
You're from one of the towns on the north western side of Lithuania, one of the port towns.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not far from there, but I'm definitely not from there. But my mother was a very high-ranking elf, and I think she's guiding us towards something good here.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Listen to Mom.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to head up to Erngor Zuek.
Umgor Zuak.
It's a
All
pretty
right.
cool name.
Excellent. So we're going to be traveling through the jungle a little bit. In order to make your way through to Erngor Zuak, which, by the way, just out of game, every freaking suggested dwarven city is like wicked hard to say.
Of course, of course.
I keep trying to read it backwards. Like, is this a hidden word? Like, is it?
Yes. Kazragnaru.
Nah.
Anyway, all right. So your plan is to head along the southern edge of the Oasis of Serpents, kind of over to the eastern side, and then head north.
Correct.
Okay. So tell me, is your path going to take you more so towards the Whispering Expanse until you get to this kind of this whitish road, or do you guys plan on sticking closer to the mountains?
Do we try to cross it? What do y'all think?
Should we? I think we should. So when we follow the southern edge until we get to that river, and then we try to ford it there, and and then follow the plains north. So we're on the northern bank of the river. So we're not
Yeah,
like
especially
in the
since there seems
mountains.
to be an actual road and a path that would make sense to follow.
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
Okay.
Or we can go through the mountains. There may be more things to kill there.
Yes.
So I'll remind.
into a volcano for no reason.
Let's do this. Who hasn't rolled anything yet? Jason, why don't you roll me a history check?
History check. Okay. Oh man, how do I get to my characters again on the map?
That's not you. You click on your character on the map.
Jesus, there I am.
You guys are gigantic.
Oh my god. Well, nice to see me not being a lizard anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can we all celebrate that we are not
Yes!
lizards? That's pretty nice.
That's pretty
It
nice.
is pretty nice. And actually, there's
All right,
all kinds of fun stuff to get to that you guys will
18.
enjoy. All right, with an 18. Okay, so a couple of things, just because you kind of mentioned about the mountains. So the Thunderhowl Mountains are home to a number of giants. You had kind of learned about these when you were at the Lizard Folk camp with the Mist Scales. So if you were to go towards the mountains, I would imagine that at some point, if you get too close, giants might become a thing. More so, up further to the north, sorry, let me show that. Up further to the north is kind of the home of the Dragonborn, which, if you remember Vutha from Alowith Harbor, he had mentioned that he was from there. This is actually Glen Draconic. so
I work with him. He's a good guy. I like Glen.
so Glen Draconic is where all of the Dragonborn are. So more just giving you a lay of the land over here. So I will continue with what you guys told me, but if at any point it changes or you want to do something different, let me know. Okay, so we'll do this. It's going to take quite a few days to travel here. So we're going to do kind of like a little thing here. So who would you guys say is probably the most proficient? Well, let me try this instead. Tell me how you guys are traveling. Sorry, it's been a couple of weeks.
I believe we are walking.
As in order. Like who's taking the lead and who's in the back.
I'm falling back. I'm towards the back.
I think I'm in the lead because I've got my machetes out, and jungle is like my preferred
Yeah, I think.
terrain.
I would think TaLin's in the lead. Maybe Agnomeio right behind her, and I'll be right behind Agnomeio, then followed by Knobolas.
Okay.
I also have a thing I can use, Primeval Awareness, which is like a spell slot, to sense whether there's any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, or undead present within 1 mile but 6 miles of your favorite terrain.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
All
neat.
right. Excellent. Well, let's see how that plays out. And that's how long does that last? An hour?
Let's see here. More details. For 1 minute per level of the spell slot you expend, you can sense whether the... So for 1 minute per level, so I guess like I can
Okay. So it
cast
wouldn't be an all-day
and know
thing.
for...
Yeah.
Right, it would just be like
Okay.
for a bit.
So
for however long it takes us to go that many miles.
So don't waste your spell slot yet. It would make more sense for you to tell me when you'd like to use that. If it only lasts for a minute, because you'll be traveling all day for several days.
Yeah.
Okay. So, sorry, I saw your comment, Jason. That was perfect. He says, "Rest in peace, cloacas."
Oh man, yeah.
I was starting to finally get a use out of mine.
I am just glad to have my hat back.
Yes.
That is all that matters to me.
I just wanted to wear my black robe again. Thank you very much.
Oh, wait, so I can
I'm
shoot out
bummed.
my nipples again. Thank God.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just
miss
bummed
all-
to not be the tallest anymore.
So let's do this. TaLin, would you please roll perception for me? Since you're heading up this merry band.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Ooh, you rolled
8.
well.
It's
Oh,
off to
16.
where we go.
16. All right, so you guys are walking through the jungle. You're mostly following the river that is kind of leading its way through the bush of Jilriel here, and there's a few parts where the river kind of diverts away from the main body, and it's kind of flooding the areas around it. As you're walking through this shallow bit of water, you see humanoid bones underneath the water. They're bereft of any sort of armor, weapons, or gear, except for one small scarlet circular band around one of its wrists.
So, along the riverbank, we see human bones just hanging out and like
So
a weird bracelet on the wrist. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
And they're under the water.
They're under the water, yes. The water's clear enough where you can look around and you don't see, like, a dozen of them. It's a single body, as far as what you can tell.
Anybody want to do like an Arcana check or something to?
Oh, I'm surprisingly good at that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right,
It
go ahead and
seems
roll a card.
creepy and shady.
Check it out.
tell me what you're looking for as well before I make a judgment call.
I would like, in my vast catalog of magical items that I have memorized for some reason. I'd like to see if it looks like anything that I might recognize.
Sure. So you kind of look down at it, and I'll kind of, you rolled very high. 23 is perfect. So I'll tell you that just naturally, nothing strikes you weird about this skeleton as far as, like, you don't think it's going to just spring up and start attacking you. There's no necromantic aura to it or anything like that. But as you're looking at the little band around its wrist, it looks like some sort of a hair accessory or something. It's got a faded but unique insignia on it. And the insignia shows 3 circles overlapping with a fish in the middle.
Ooh.
Any of us ever seen an insignia like that before?
3 circles overlapping with a fish.
I would say, who's got the... Who has the highest history ability here? It'd just be something
3.
good to know. Yeah.
We need to make like a Excel sheet where we can just
I have
each
a couple
other's,
things written
side by
down,
side.
but sometimes things change too, especially when you guys level up.
History.
So
I have a +4, and then in parentheses
Yeah, that's you
14.
then.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and roll history for me, please, TaLin.
Okie dokie. Oh, nat 20. 24.
It's funny, in my head I was like, watch her roll a nat 20. Of course. All right, so the good news is that you've seen this around before. It's kind of like a fishing what do you call it? Not a guild. It's the insignia of a fishing merchant who delivers fish kind of around this continent. You have never really spent much time with this concept. You've just seen it on a barrel or two, and got the impression that it was full of fish.
Well, I will
Sounds
delicately
like
remove that from the skeleton's wrist.
No problem.
Does the skeleton look like human, halfling, male, female?
That's a good question.
roll a medicine check for me?
Why did
And-
I keep... There you go.
Watch it be another natural 20. All right. With a
15.
With a 15. So it appears to be elven. It's with a 15. You think it's probably an elven female, but elves are so much taller than you. It might be a little tough. Like I can't picture their anatomy very well, or maybe you
All
can.
you
I don't
tall
know your history
humanoids
very
look
well.
the same anyway.
Just so lanky. Just so lanky.
But if you had to guess, you would say it's probably an elven woman.
Gotcha. So we're taking the bracelet,
Yes.
right?
That
All
has
right.
been taken.
Everything's good.
Excellent. So so you go ahead and take the bracelet. So okay, cool. And the rest of the day goes pretty well. No real issues. You guys kind of keep trudging along. You're making decent time because TaLin is leading your little band here, and she, for anybody listening, so she actually, while you guys were up with Thorak, she dropped both of her short swords and grabbed a couple of machetes off of the horde pile. Now,
Yes.
that being said,
So much more useful in the jungle.
let's talk about that horde pile. So as you guys
yeah.
bed down to camp for the night, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'd like all four of you to roll an Arcana check. All of you were able to grab something from the pile, and if you roll high enough, I'll tell you what it is.
Okay. That seems fair.
Oh, 21.
Pretty good.
Oh, everyone's doing so good.
Oh my goodness, you guys are on
23.
fire
Oh,
tonight.
wow, okay.
And here comes Jason with a...
With the 7.
I called that. Man, I knew it.
I feel like it's always bad to be the last person to
Poor
roll.
Jason.
I know,
Jason,
I
you're-
couldn't find the
It's
damn
never
button.
gonna
Jason's rolls are always
Like
terrible.
that.
So TaLin, Agnomeio, and not quite. You guys rolled Arcana. Not quite Knobolas. In my mind, I had it as I wanted you to get an over a 20 in order to give you all of the detail. But I will tell you
Over
both
a 20? That's not even physically possible. For
Is it not
Knobolas.
physically
It's a
possible?
-1 modifier.
He's got a -1.
you you could ask one of these other guys to check it out for you. But let's wait until the next night.
I'll look at it. I got a 7. I'm gonna tell you all about it.
Well, let's start off with let's see. So Agnomeio, you rolled the highest, and I will also say that yours is probably the most excited I am to tell about. So you were able to grab a very fancy looking hat off the top of the pile, and this hat.
Tell me more.
This hat has it's a black sombrero style hat with little dangling balls around it that are all red, and each one of these balls, there are 6 of them in total, they all have different markings on them. So let me throw this up here. It's called the, can I show this to you all? It doesn't look like I can. All right, so this festive black sombrero has red colored fringe ending in 6 little balls. Each ball has a different symbol on it: a goose, a green orb, a black orb, a red orb, a blue orb, and a net. You can use an action to pull one ball from the hat and throw it up to 30 feet accurately. Upon hitting a surface or creature, the magic will take effect. You rolled very high, so I'll just tell you everything about it. So the balls are as follows. With the goose ball, upon throwing this ball, a goose will be summoned under the control of the wearer. The goose acts on the wearer's turn. The slime ball. Upon throwing this ball, green goo will be spread in a 10-foot square centered on a point within range and turns into difficult terrain for the duration. There's some stuff here about people having to roll against being, prone. All right, next is the Magic 8 Ball. This Magic 8 Ball brings prophecies of the future, but it can be a little inaccurate at times. The user can use the 8 Ball to ask a yes or no question. When doing so, the DM secretly rolls a d8. And based off what I roll, it's either going to be an accurate answer, a response of the future being hazy, or an inaccurate answer.
Oh.
So you will not know what I roll, but the odds are in your favor. A 1 through 5 will give you the answer to the question. All right, next is a bouncy ball. This ball will bounce continuously as long as there is a surface within 10 feet of it. Each time it bounces, it makes a loud ping noise. Next is a lightning ball. Upon landing, a lightning bolt travels down from the sky and will hit the creature unless there is something above it. In that case, the object above the creature is hit instead. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw, otherwise they take 3d6 lightning damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful, and any flammable objects that are hit will be alit. And last is the hand ball. Upon contact with a creature, a magical hand will appear in front of their face and slap them. This does no damage, but certainly gets their attention.
I love it. I love it. This is perfect. I take off my sombrero de cordobas, I put on my new hat, and then I take my first hat and I put it on the new hat.
Oh, love it. All right, so I've got ahead and put that into your inventory. At least I think. Yes, there it is. Sombrero of Surprise. So you can go ahead and
this is definitely...
Are these balls one use only, or?
So, yes, sorry, I forgot about that. So every morning, you can roll a d6, and that many balls will be regenerated.
Cool.
Yep. They will be of your choice. So.
Cool.
Okay.
Agnomeio, TaLin's asking you, is that gnomish engineering right there? That feels like gnomish engineering.
Everything is gnomish engineering if you look hard enough.
Awesome. All right, so TaLin, so you rolled a 21. So let me tell you about yours, or more specifically about Booker's magical item. So Booker, off the horde, as you guys were running, as I mentioned, you kind of all grabbed blindly, but something struck your eye, and it was a chain with 4 bracers attached to it. So as you look these over, you learn that these are called the bracers of the Winter Wolf, and they come in a set of 4, and they're emblazoned with the visage of a winter wolf. While wearing all 4 bracers, your animal companion deals an extra 2d6 cold damage to any target it hits with any unarmed strikes, so in Booker's case, his bite. And additionally, your companion gains resistance to fire damage.
Oh. Hell yes, Booker!
So Booker will now be doing magical damage with his bite. which is a good thing.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
you
yeah,
want
he,
that.
he needed a bit of an upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay, yes.
I will throw that on Booker later. Okay, and then for Knobolas, I'll tell you a little bit of what you got, and Alessio, I'll tell you a little bit of what you've got. So Knobolas, you've got this. There's an amulet in your hand. It's a very dark colored gem within an amulet. You poke at it, you look at it, and you can kind of tell a little bit of information that this is definitely something. I'm trying to figure out how to do a 16 here. So, okay, let's do this. As you're playing with it, sorry, let me back up. While you guys are making camp, Knobolas, you've been pondering this weird little amulet, and TaLin's kind of gathering some wood. And as you're playing with it, all of a sudden a little spark shoots out of it, and it lights the bonfire on fire. And you get it's not like a physical thing. It feels like it casts some sort of a magical spell. Perhaps not a very powerful one, but we'll see what happens tomorrow when you roll. And Alessio.
Also, TaLin
go
looks
ahead.
annoyed with you because she was like rubbing sticks together, trying to get the fire going. Mother.
You're like, I could have just shot it with my nipple, but I guess that's fine.
Yeah. I got new tricks here.
Yes, dark fire. All right. And Alessio, so you're pondering over. You found this set of armor. It's made of leather, and it's studded leather for sure. And there's something you could tell while looking at it. Like every now and then, it has like a weird sheen to it. Maybe it kind of glows a little bit like a rainbow color, or it just doesn't always look the same when you're looking at it. Some of the studs are in different places, or maybe like the color is just a little bit different. You're not quite sure what's going on with this though. But let's move on to the next day. So I would like everybody here to roll a d20 for me.
Sure.
Can we help him try to figure out what it is?
Tonight you could.
Okay. What
And let me know what
a
you get.
D20.
Ooh,
I got 10.
that's better.
82.
All right. And did I miss anybody?
I haven't. There goes
Cool.
mine. 16.
All right, so Alessio, today's going to be about you. So I would like, Alessio, I'd like you to roll survival for me.
So it's going to be a dark and cloudy day, huh?
A grade A, grade A.
Get the medieval umbrellas out. Here comes
Yes.
the rain. Okay, where's my token so I could click on my guy? Where's my giant head?
let me make it easy for you.
There it is. Okay. What am I doing?
The shadow of Alessio overtakes the land.
Survival.
Yeah,
Every
survive.
time that pops up, I'm picturing like king-sized Homer, or like gold-plated Homer standing over.
Ooh, a
the
natural
city.
20.
Woo!
Wow, man, what is with you guys?
I hope we don't get into combat and then we waste all
No,
that.
this is what's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, that's what's going to
Completely-
happen.
Whoops.
Everything is, everything.
I made it worse. Hold on. I made it far, far worse. Okay, there we go.
It's just taking over.
Okay, anyway, so you rolled a natural 20. So with a natural 20, as you guys are approaching kind of this, what is going on with this thing? As you're approaching the southern part of the Oasis of Serpents, there is the river ahead of you. With your natural 20, you're actually able to spot a big old log that had fallen maybe when Halix dropped to the ground. He shattered the world a little bit, and a lot of the trees fell. So you're easily able to traverse over this river. As you continue to travel over the course of the day, you see Knobolas is looking really irritated. And you notice that he's got just a ton of mosquito bites all over him. He's got some ripped clothing, and you show him that he can like kind of rub some mud on his neck, and it'll keep the mosquitoes at bay. You're being a good pal today with your high survival roll. But most importantly, what you spot, you spot two more things. Jeez, friggin' 20, man. All right. So you find a large stone well that's covered in vines and moss, and not that kind of vines and moss. I wouldn't do that to you guys again this close. So inside, it looks like it's filled with water, and you could tell with your high DC roll, your high roll, that it's totally drinkable water. So I would say that you guys are able to completely refill your water skins. You're going to be good for a while, and we'll even pick right here to camp. So as you guys are setting up camp, one more thing, Alessio. You spot a wild boar. You're kind of maybe off taking a leak or something, and you see a wild boar rooting around in the ground for mushrooms or whatever else, and you totally have the drop on it. It seems distracted. What would you like to do?
Oh man, if I have the drop on it.
I would think it had the drop on you because you're the one who had to go to the bathroom.
Well,
Yeah, Boar is going
with
to
the natural
bathroom as
20.
well.
apparently he's
Dig a
in
little
my
cat
line-
hole.
Apparently he's in my line of sight as I'm being on the tree, just kind of peeking around. So let me do this. What I would like to do is I might go full Assassin's Creed mode here with Alessio.
Okay.
Because he's so good at the athletics and stuff. Climb the tree. I figured there's a tree near me. I'm in the woods to get above the boar, to kind of come down on him and stab him from above so we can eat.
Nice. All right, go ahead and roll attack with advantage.
Attack with advantage. Okay.
I threw you on the map, so sure.
I got it. I'm there. I guess I'll use my dagger. Advantage. 18.
An 18 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yep. Ooh, piercing 7.
7. So, and you just have the one attack. All right. So the boar, you pin it to the ground and you stick it right in the ribs with your dagger, but the boar starts to run away. It is immediately fleeing from you. Would you like to do anything?
Well, yeah, while it's fleeing from me, since now, if he's running from me, I should have advantage on the attack, right? If he's running away from me?
You would be able to potentially. I will give you an opportunity attack on it.
All right.
Oh,
so
you know
I'll do
what?
it.
No, I'm sorry. No, that was totally like an advantage. You could roll sneak attack damage on that. Drop down from the tree.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That is like the sneakiest sneak attack.
Sneakiest sneak attack ever.
I knew there was a reason I was having you drop from a tree, or well, just sneaking up on it anyway. Yeah.
All right, so let's see here. Oh, let me go to my bonus action.
By the way, Talisker 18. Holy crap, this is delicious.
Is it good?
I saw it at the store this weekend, and I was like, I gotta have it. It was $130, and I didn't even hesitate. I'm very happy about it.
That stuff is so damn good.
Yeah. Have you had the 18?
Oh yeah, I have
Yeah.
2 of them. I love it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Where?
I did a tasting.
It's under features.
Oh, it was on. Oh, is it under? Oh, features. Got it. Found it. All right. So am I rolling standard roll or damage with my sneak attack?
Damage.
Got it.
$11. Okay. So a 7 plus 11, that's 18 damage. That will be enough to kill this pig. So tell me about it.
We're having pork tonight.
Don't we have a pork stack? Or did we lose that a long time ago?
But this is fresh pork.
pork.
Yeah. So basically,
Fresh
as I'm up perched on the tree, basically I jump down, do a flip, and come down with my knife right on top of the board, the base of his neck. He turns over. I stick him in the stomach, and it's a nice clean kill. This way, didn't damage anything. We're gonna have some nice fresh meat. I throw him on my shoulder. I go, hey guys, look what's for dinner.
Nice.
Ah, very good. I run over very excitedly.
In my dark Alessio voice, I say, Agnomeio, look, I have something for you.
Thank you, my brother.
Excellent. All right, so you guys all gather around the fire that Knobolas randomly started, or maybe that was last. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so you guys gather around the fire. You cook up some pig and eat happily. It tastes much better than the meat that was out of the Salt's sack of yum yums. Is that what it's called? Salt's
But is
yum
that
yum
because
sack
we
or
put
something
some
like
of
that?
the? Aren't there flavoring like seasonings though that we
got
get from the bag
seasoning
too?
from in there.
You do have the
Yeah.
seasoning. I mean, you could certainly use that.
Salt's bag of yum yums. Yeah.
We don't need the
Yeah.
seasoning though. It tastes so good. It's so
It does
fresh.
taste very, very good. All right, so
No, you always need seasoning. You always need seasoning.
I'm white. What do I know?
No. Freak it. TaLin's over here like, nope, I'm putting seasoning on my piece.
I resent that remark. I eat the spiciest stuff that you could possibly imagine. No, I'm not offended. I'm more saying I'm the
appreciate that
exception.
Clifton said it for me because I felt like I couldn't say it.
I'm the exception to the rule.
I didn't used to put anything on my food until I got with Erica. And she has changed my life in that regard.
Let me tell you, I will occasionally put chipotle in my mayonnaise and woo! No, I'm just kidding. Party
time.
All right, let's go ahead and figure out what you guys have. So, Knobolas, I'm going to give you advantage. Well, you said that you don't have... This is going to be your second night here, rolling for this magical item. I'm going to make it a 17 DC. Go ahead and roll Arcana. And then Jason, same deal. I'm going to lower the DC here because it's now the second night that you're looking at it.
Are we able to assist?
Let's see what they do.
Is that a thing? Okay.
So that's a no.
Just
Not with
trying to
advantage or anything, right? Just normal.
Correct.
So we're rolling Arcana?
So it's a lower DC. All right, so Knobolas, you know what? TaLin, why don't you give him a hand?
How do I assist? Do I just roll Arcana?
Just roll Arcana.
Okay.
And Alessio, why don't you give him a hand, Ed?
Sure.
And you guys could all pile on the third night.
Sorry, my assist was not very...
Oh, damn,
right.
Agnomeio.
Damn, Agnomeio.
So
I really know a lot about magic, even though I never do it.
23 for Agnomeio. That's crazy.
So Agnomeio, you see Alessio kind of looking at this piece of studded leather, and you walk over and he's just perplexed, right? And you pick it up and you're like, oh, you're holding it upside down, and you kind of flip it over, and then now that he's looking at it, he sees that this is a glamored studded leather. So what this is it is a +1 studded leather armor. It also, as a bonus action, you can speak the armor's command word, which you're welcome to pick yourself, and it causes the armor to assume the appearance of a normal set of clothing or some other kind of armor. You decide what it looks like, including color, style, and accessories, but the armor retains its normal bulk and weight. The illusory appearance lasts until you use this property again or remove the armor. So basically you can make it look like whatever you want, be it maybe it could have been a cloak of the infinite coil, or it could be, a guard's armor or something like that. So this may help you in the future kind of sneaking about.
I like that.
Yeah. Cool. So I'll toss that on your character for you. And poor Knobolas, you're just still playing around with this amulet. You kind of you put it on your head. You maybe you try to squeeze it together with your pecs and it doesn't work.
Can it shoot another spark or something? Just get a little hint of what it's doing.
Let's see. Hold on one sec. I wanna make this fun.
Maybe kiss it like the golden snitch in
yeah, there you go.
You think I haven't tried that already?
You haven't said you kissed it yet. I'm just saying.
I was saying this amulet's been places you guys have never seen before.
Every possible.
I've tried every possible orifice.
So, so as you're playing it with it this time, actually a bunch of insects fly out of it and they just start swarming around you, and they're really, really annoying for a couple of minutes and then they leave.
I'm so not glad that was said right after the whole "it's touched every."
Thankfully, those came after it was expelled.
So, you guys get another good night's sleep, and you start making your way the next day. I would like you all to roll one more d20 for me.
Sure. Ooh. Natty one.
Yeah.
10.
Oh,
All right, Agnomeio. Everybody else seems to be.
Hey.
Yeah, everybody else seems to be having no problems tonight. You guys are actually. It's fairly easy walking to the south of the Oasis of Serpents. The trees are thinner, but as you're looking around, you actually notice that from the epicenter of the Oasis of Serpents, there is a completely... It's almost like as if all of the trees have been pushed away from it and they're all knocked over. But being the shortest one here, you're having a lot of trouble kind of climbing over them, and the group is having to wait for you a bit, and because of that, it's going to actually add a whole nother day of travel onto this.
Oh, geez.
But
TaLin is looking at you like, this is pathetic, while I'm writing Booker and he's just jumping over all of them, no problems.
However, as you guys go to camp for the night, I've been meaning to bring this up, so all right. You guys find a small clearing in the jungle, and even here you have issues putting your tents down and dragging some of the because of all the fallen logs. You guys basically are having trouble finding a spot that is clear enough, but you find one, and you're able to drag some of these logs around. You make a little fire pit, and I'm gonna give you one more try here, Knobolas, before you're gonna have to call in the big guns of Agnomeio to redeem himself.
Okay, sure. It's loaded. I can still do it though. Alright, let's try this again. Oh no!
No, it's okay. This is now your third night, and the DC was now 15. It basically kept dropping, so you just made it. So what you were able to pick up is called a Dark Shard Amulet. So while wearing this amulet, oh sorry, I had the wrong thing open. Come on. All right, so this amulet's fashioned from a single shard of resilient extraplanar material originating from the realm of your warlock patron. While you're wearing it, you gain the following benefits. You can use it as a spellcasting focus, which is fine. You already kind of have one of those. You can try to cast a cantrip that you don't know. The cantrip must be on the warlock spell list, which I'll get you later, and you must make a DC 10 intelligence arcana check. If the check succeeds, you cast the spell. If the check fails, so does the spell, and the action used to cast the spell is wasted. In either case, you can't use it until you finish a long rest. So, you have a much larger access to a whole bunch of cantrips that you wouldn't normally have. And like I said, I'll get you that list.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. I was doing some digging. I pulled up
Perfect.
the same page you're on.
Nice. Okay, so I'll drop that on your character. Okay, so you guys are sitting around the fire, and the night is yours.
You want to bring some bourbon?
Yeah. It's a night for pours.
Sounds good.
This is
Bill's
shady.
drinking up
This
on
is shady.
Or this journey.
This is
Right?
true. We should all be drinking once.
I feel like Agnomeio would totally have some drinking song.
A drinking song.
Yeah. Campfire
Oh
drinking song.
boy, you put me on the spot here.
It was kind of mean.
Ed would just have this, not Agnomeio, just Ed. Like, I'm sure he has.
Exactly. I just kind of assumed.
I'm trying to come up with like a Spanishy drinking song for my character.
Oh yeah, that wasn't fair. Yeah. La cucaracha. You know that one?
So let me save you here, Ed. So, as you guys are preparing for bedtime, I'd like to know, how are you guys planning on keeping watch? And if so, who is going to keep first, second, and third watch?
I'll do first watch because, like me, Alessio doesn't sleep much.
I'll do second watch.
Okay.
I guess I'm third.
I'll do fourth.
Okay. All right. So Alessio, all of you go to sleep, and about an hour or so goes by, and you hear Booker snoring from TaLin's tent.
So cute.
Nice.
Very, very, very loud. But
He had a bit too much to drink, so sorry.
you notice a mist starting to kind of creep out of the woods, and it doesn't necessarily alarm you at first. You're near the Oasis of Serpents. The temperature has kind of dropped. It's not unusual for a mist to kind of be forming, but it feels very cold. And as this mist is forming, you notice the smell of rotting fish.
Oh man, it's the Dementors.
Throw that bracelet away.
Was that a thing with them, rotting fish? I don't recall.
No, just like when it gets cold and misty. Like,
yeah.
Just the mist and cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're rewatching
Something
that series
miserable.
with the girls. We just started it, and so I'm only on the second movie, so it's been a while.
All right, so the mist comes in and it smells like fish. That's interesting. So I'm guessing I'm guessing low
Yeah,
tide.
thanks a lot, Agnomeio.
I'm guessing it's man, where would that be coming from? And it's not like we're that close to water right now.
Well, so you kind of are. So when you guys were looking at the map, basically you are camped not like on the shore, but you're probably only a couple 100 feet from where the Oasis of Serpents was.
Which is now
a much lower water level.
Yeah, so I'm guessing low tide, temperature's dropping, smelling the fish now coming in. Can I send out Neil to do some investigating?
Sure. I am curious.
Neil.
Does Neil have?
Can
Neil does not have dark vision.
He doesn't. Okay.
He does not. But Neil's sitting on the log right next to you.
All right.
I mean, I would think you'd get pretty excited about dead fish.
Free snack.
How about this one's tough. I don't want to venture too far from the group, obviously. But is there a way I can investigate or roll perception to see what I can see through the fog?
Roll perception.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
So you are convinced that what you smell is basically just fish from the Oasis of Serpents.
Okay. All right.
That makes me think it's not fish.
Yeah, it makes me think it's not fish. Or there's something,
Hey, Miss Metagame. You're not even awake.
something
In my dreams.
It's something emerging from the from the actual like ocean and coming towards us. Let me see. What do I have here as far as spells?
Yeah. Well, so do your best
you
to
just,
act in
like,
character.
put some-
You rolled a 1. You have no reason for alarm at the moment.
Yeah, no reason for alarm. So I'm
Stuff some fabric up your nose and
counting on with the
call
flow.
it a day.
I'm gonna stay
You're
up,
asleep.
kind of
I'm muting you.
Basically, I'm just gonna, I think, just kind of stay up. And now, I think, even though I have no reason to believe it's anything else, I think Alessio would still be kind of alarmed. Like, what's this fog? How is it gonna kind of overcome us?
Sure.
And we're not gonna be able to see anything. So I think I just want to keep an eye on it.
Sure, that's reasonable. Are you gonna just sit at the campfire? Are you getting up, walking around? What are you doing?
I want to stay at the campfire just in case.
Okay.
I don't want to get too far from the group. And if Neil can't really see in the dark, I'm not going to send him out either.
Sure. So, from behind you, I will say, with that natural 1, from behind you, you feel a cold hand place itself on your shoulder.
Oh, Jesus
And as
Christ.
you turn around, there is a skeleton directly behind you.
Walking Dead.
Now, I'd like everybody here to roll initiative, because we are very much going to be in combat. However, those of you that are asleep, you'll be skipping your first turn, assuming you wake up for some reason. You'll be skipping your first turn.
Go.
You're saying I should have used my primeval awareness before going to bed.
Look at this! Right before the barrel. Now I'm rolling like crap. When before I was rolling.
I know you guys rolled like
Nice.
crazy. I'm gonna have to start having all kinds of stuff at the beginning of the episode, so you guys get all your good rolls out of the way.
19.
Oh, I don't have my my battle music loaded. Oh, here it is. All right, boom. Cool. All right. So everybody here is rolling. So up first. So TaLin, you are still just drifting off. You're happily dreaming. Your Booker is scratching your belly. So I don't know. Whatever.
That's
All
my
right.
dream.
That's your dream, is that Booker is scratching your belly, and you're just like.
So I'm the dog.
Booker is a giant humanoid dog.
So I love it. All right, so out of the woods comes another skeleton. And actually, I'm sorry, I should have done this before. I'm gonna put you guys into your camps. So Agnomeio and TaLin are gonna share. Knobolas, currently you're alone, only because that's how you guys were positioned on the things. You were sharing with Alessio. All right. So a skeleton kind of emerges out of the out of the woods in front of you and is starting to lumber towards you. All right, up next is the skeleton that's behind you. He's going to make an attack against you, Alessio, from behind. And he's going to have advantage on this attack because he was totally surprised you with that natural one.
Yeah, he is.
Let's do... Whoops. It only rolled once. Let me just try one more time. He has a big rusty short sword. 10 doesn't hit either.
That doesn't hit either.
So you react to this hand on your back very, very quickly, and despite his surprise, he was not able to surprise you. All right, up next is another skeleton that is lumbering towards the tents at the moment.
Is that the one all the way in the east, or is there one a little southeast as well?
So there's one to the southeast of you at the moment. So actually, for anybody who's listening, so you guys are around a big campfire right now. There's 4 large logs. To the south of you are a couple of tents, which is where everybody's sleeping, but they're a little further away from the camp because of the deadfall that was on the ground here. So anybody who's in these tents is going to have to make their way up to you, Alessio, before you'll have your team around you.
Okay.
All right. Up next is another skeleton emerging from the water up to the northeast, towards where the smell was coming from in the fog. And then another skeleton from behind you is able to... Let's see, can he make it to you? He can't quite make it to you. So he is going to sneak up behind you a bit here. Agnomeio, you are still asleep. Let's roll a natural 20. If it's over 10... I'll say that you woke up because of some of the sound. All right, sorry, perception. If it's over 10, I will say that you rolled high enough to wake up. Same goes for everybody else. TaLin, if you'd like to roll a perception as well.
My dreams of pork rinds and fortified wines.
Chicharrones.
Oh.
All right. So Agnomeio, you managed to wake up. You hear maybe the sound, the footfalls. Actually, they're pretty much right next to your head. And TaLin, I'll say with a natural 20, I'm going to give you a little extra here. So you and Agnomeio both wake up, and I'm going to say that you're able to. You fell asleep. How do I even want to do this? Technically, none of you would be wearing your armor, which is kind of a problem. But TaLin, I'm going to say you were, with that natural 20, you were so exhausted you fell asleep in your armor.
Sweet.
However, Agnomeio, you did not. And that's going to be a problem for you.
So I will update it to
perfect.
Natural. Wait, nope, not natural. Less unarmored. There we go.
Perfect. All right, Alessio, you're up.
Oh man.
What does that mean? Sorry, I don't.
So having your arm, so when you go to sleep, this is something I've never talked to you guys about before, but we have a lot of new people who listen to this because we're whiskey people. So when you go to bed, typically you take off your armor, because if you don't, you would actually not get a good night's sleep and you would wake up with a point of exhaustion. It's nothing I've really ever enforced before, mostly because I keep forgetting about it, to be honest. But in this case, you sleep in leather. It's not terrible, but you also just were exhausted from the day's travel and you fell asleep in your armor.
But like, how much of our armor class is our armor? Most
of it. For you in leather, well, not most of it. Sorry, you're going to be at like 11. I can.
Gotcha. So it's like that plus your initiative is what your armor class is.
Dexterity helps into it. Yep.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So
gotcha.
Your armor class is a combination of your armor plus how quick you are to move. So like Alessio has higher AC because he's fast. Same with you, actually. You have high dex. Okay, Alessio, what are you doing?
All right, so man, so I have 2 behind me, or 3. I can't really see how many.
You currently have 2.
2 behind me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I want to use since they startled me. I think my first thing I want to do is use Misty Step.
Okay.
To get out of there and maybe jump behind them. I think they don't walk too fast, being skeletons.
That's true.
Yep. So I'm gonna use my Misty Step to kind of get out of there and get behind them, out of the way of the fire, so they can't see me.
Okay.
All right. So let me do that.
So your Misty Step, I believe, is a bonus action, correct? No, it's
It's a
not.
bonus action.
Is it? Oh, sorry, I was under your features. Okay.
Yeah, it's a features. Yeah.
It's.
So, all right. So I can go up to
There it
30
is.
feet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see here.
All right.
I will go over here.
Knobolas, roll a perception while we're waiting.
30 feet.
Okay.
And then
Alright.
from
Alright.
there, I want to throw. I'm going to throw my. I'm going to throw my javelin of lightning in their direction.
Okay. So there's only one that you would be able to hit at the moment.
Oh, the other one's not that close. I can't really see.
No, it has to.
I thought the other
Yeah, I
one was
mean,
a lot closer.
well, so that's kind of the point is that you can't see. It's nighttime.
Oh,
Although
man.
that is. Sorry, this guy's actually invisible. I'm sorry. That was the second guy.
Oh, there's a second guy. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Sorry about that.
That makes more sense now.
Yep.
Okay, so that was my bonus action to kind of get away.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is get behind the one that's furthest north here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna shuffle that way and use my my rapier to attack him from behind.
Perfect. All right. No advantage here,
Okay.
despite the behind, only because they're watching you. But
Nice.
23 will be more than enough to hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
And Knobolas, what did you roll for perception? 13.
13.
Perfect. So you're hearing enough noise to wake up. All right. So you do 6 points of damage to him.
Yep.
All right. It's cool. So you I don't even know what a rapier against a skeleton would look like. Maybe you'd kind of stab him through the rib cage and go like brrrr, like that. And
I
just
feel
do
like I sniped him and I maybe cut a rib off with my sharp
Perfect.
rapier.
Excellent. So the skeleton kind of looks down. He's like, he looks down at his fallen rib, and okay. Anything
Better
else?
be careful. A woman might come out of that.
Right? I was trying to think of something. All right. What else? Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's it. I already used my bonus action, so yeah, I'm stuck right where I am. So
Okay. Excellent. So, up next is Knobolas.
Right, so I'm awake now, right?
You are awake. Yes. So sorry, that was your turn. Is to wake up. All right. Up next is TaLin.
Okay.
So you are fully awake. You are inside of your tent. There is a skeleton on the outside of the tent that you haven't seen, but you presumably heard, and that's why you woke up.
Okay, so I can hear it, and I can hear that it's like, if I go outside the tent to the right,
Mhm.
there's a figure moving around kind of deal.
Well, if
And I'm
you walk
assuming
outside, yeah.
It's not Alessio. Cool. So I'm running out of the tent around to the side with my machetes out, and Booker is following me.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to hit it.
Okay.
Foundry has given up the ghost on me.
That's okay. I'll
So,
move you.
I'm just gonna roll with actual dice.
Okay. Sure.
It's still just D20, right? Just to hit.
Yes. I'll help you out with all this.
Okay. 9.
9. Okay. So you have your machetes, which I
Plus
believe. Let's do this. Go ahead and try to get back into Foundry just because it'll help. But machetes
Yeah,
are
I'm
going to
trying.
be. Well, what are they?
Oh.
Sorry, I'm gonna ignore that part. So
18.
you have a what the hell is that? +3 +3. All right. So what did you roll? 9. 9 plus 6.
Yeah.
So 15. So 15 will
15.
hit.
Woohoo.
Excellent. So go ahead
And
and
I'm
roll another
in
attack
now,
dice
so I'm
if that's
gonna
what you
roll.
want to do. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll for damage. Oh yeah, I'll roll another attack. Also, doo-ba-doo. Oh, that did not hit. was an
No.
8.
So you did 9 damage and the
So,
other one, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm swinging wildly in the dark, but Booker is also coming up and
Mm-hmm.
biting. You know, he definitely smells these bones and bites into one of them.
Okay.
Oh my god, everything is so tiny. Sorry.
That's okay.
Bite. I will say, as much as I'd like him to be wearing his new bracers, he probably wasn't.
Okay.
in his,
Well, you would have
while
gotten
he-
him
while he was
yesterday.
sleeping.
So you would have got. Oh,
Yeah.
while he was sleeping. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, a 17 will hit.
But 17.
Yep, go ahead and roll for damage.
So he's gonna do 5. Oh, 9.
5.
Just kidding, 9 damage.
9 points of damage will be enough. So Booker, like a dog to a bone, just tackles this skeleton onto the ground and just starts just ripping him to pieces. So, good boy, Booker.
Yay, boy.
All right. Up next is actually Alessio. So you hear something to the north east. You hear a familiar kind of voice. It says, "Alessio, you son of a bitch. You drowned me. You will die."
Oh no.
And you see a half-rotted green dragonborn clawing his way out of the water. And he is on his way to you. There is an aura of just this blue, foggy mist that's surrounding him completely by about 30 feet. And he's like enshrouded in this thing. You can kind of see his form, but you can see the skin is kind of hanging from his face. He still has both eyes, but they are just white and just milky, and everything about him looks just horrifying. All right.
God.
Up next is one of the skeletons.
Like the end of RoboCop when the guy comes out of the acid. Remember that part?
Yes. I'm trying to think of a better... That's pretty good.
Can anybody else hear that?
Yes, you all would have heard that. It was very, very loud. All right, so this skeleton's going to head down towards the camp. The next skeleton near you, Alessio, is going to move 15 feet up towards you, and he's going to make a attack with his short sword. Natural 1 will not hit, so that will be it. But right now you have 2 skeletons right next to you. Actually, he would get advantage because flanking. 15 will hit, I'm sure.
Yeah, 15.
You, however, would be wearing your armor because you had first watch. So 6 damage.
Yes, I am wearing my new studded armor.
Excellent. Up next is another skeleton that's kind of up near Vutha. He is going to slowly just kind of meander his way down here. And then the skeleton that is right next to you, Alessio, the other one, is going to make an attack. In case you can't tell, I just like to beat on you, Alessio.
Oh, man.
That's 21 to hit for another 6 damage.
Okay.
All right. Agnomeio, you're up. And you are awake
right.
and mostly nude.
Yes. Well, first of all, I sleep in old Ebenezer Scrooge pajamas.
With the hat?
Butt flap? Butt flap?
Oh, well, no. It's a nightgown.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll just lift it up.
So yes, butt flap. just.
But I will my free action. I will spend the time to put on both my hats and then put my sleeping cap on the second one.
Yes.
And then I will come rushing out of here like, oh,
Excellent.
who dares disturb my slumber?
Upstairs, downstairs, in his nightgown. Yes.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
All right.
And then I want to. Let's see here. I want to come and try to murderize this guy real quick.
I would say you have your full movement out of the tent.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. All right.
So I'm going to come to here and I'm going to weep him.
Sure.
Weep it good.
Weep. So you.
Where did the Spicula go? Oh no.
Is Spiccolo not on you?
Yeah, apparently not. That's
I
okay.
will. It's on you now. Or it should be. Oh no, it's not. What the hell happened?
I don't know. That's okay.
Spiccolo. There it is.
I will
Nope,
instead.
you got it now.
Oh, there we go.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Sorry about that.
That's good. All right. Ooh, not great. That's only a 12.
12 will still hit.
Ooh, hey, nice.
Oh, look at that.
13 damage.
13 damage. So that kills him, but I'd love to hear how you kill a skeleton with one hit and with a whip.
Oh, I wanna like, whatcha, and it'll wrap around his rib cage and then just kind of constrict and just crush it.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Being nude, he definitely has his full movement. Good comment, David. Excellent. All right, cool. So that skeleton is down. All right. Anything else, Agnomeio?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right, Alessio, you're up.
All right, since I'm so close to both of these idiots now, I'm gonna back up slightly so I can now throw the javelin of lightning right directly at them.
So real quick, if you move like that, you're gonna incur 2 opportunity attacks.
Oh, so I'm just gonna stay where I am and throw my javelin.
Sure. So you're right there. All right.
Okay. Come on, baby. Risky whiskey time.
Okay.
Oh wait, does 11 hit though?
At 11, we'll hit this guy.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
never mind.
Yep. Which one are you hitting? The one directly below you, or the one to the right?
Well, I mean, kind of both of them if they're in the line of the javelin, but it's really.
Oh, you're throwing the javelin right next to them?
Right next to them. I'm not really throwing it. I'm just kind of like.
Okay, sure.
Just
Slamming it down.
like a little toss. Just
Sure.
Yeah.
I always wonder, is this the javelin's property can't be used again until the next dawn, but it could still be used as a magical weapon. So I'm just asking to make sure you can't do that like 10 times in a row.
Oh no, I know.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. All right, cool. So go ahead.
I just feel like as both of them are together, it's always
Yep.
usually the best time to use it. So.
Well, I'll just tell you, like, there's almost no way that you would be able to roll low enough. So you kill both of them with this javelin.
Nice.
And I would love to know what that looks like.
So basically, since I'm so close to them, I take the javelin and I say ignite, and I kind of pierce it right through them, and basically it goes through one rib, the one remaining rib that I have, and then it gets to the other one, and then it connects the rib, and then as I pull it back, the whole shock of the lightning comes out of the out of the spear, and it just shatters all the bones into dust.
Excellent.
Yes.
Nice. Boom. I love it. All right, Knobolas, you're up. Alessio, unless you wanted to move or something.
No,
If you want to move, go ahead and move. Knobolas, you're up.
I'll move a little bit closer here to the fire where my friends are.
All right, Neil is just sitting on the log, still kind of looking at you. Like,
Yeah,
what's
Neil's
up?
like, "What's up, boss?" Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I just smell fish. I'm good.
Wait, so are all the skeletons dead?
So
There's one left.
there is one skeleton left, and then the green dragonborn.
Yeah, the guy that's like back from the dead. Oh my god.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm just gonna come out fully nude, just because you know what, Knobolas doesn't give a crap. He's still proud of his human form that's back, or sorry, his half elf form. So yeah, I'm gonna step out, but I'm gonna be discreet about it. I'm gonna like assess the situation. Can I see like what's going on, like outside, like just like peeking right outside my tent?
I'm sorry.
Sure.
You come out of the tent completely nude,
Exactly.
and you're gonna be discreet about it.
But I want to be discreet.
Don't let me.
I just don't know what I can see from here because I'm pretty far away from the action, so I just want to make sure like I
True.
can see what's going on.
So as you look out, so right now you see a mostly naked Agnomeio wearing 2 hats and a gown. You see
3 hats,
TaLin.
excuse me.
3. Oh, you're all 3 of them. I missed that. Wonderful. All right. You see TaLin with Booker tackling and eating a skeleton. Agnomeio standing over another dead skeleton. And from where you are, you don't have night vision, if I remember correctly. You do have dark vision up to 60 feet, which is going to be not enough for you to really see what's going on with Alessio. You hear fighting, and you kind of hear like Alessio running away and a couple of like what sounds like piles of bones hitting the ground, but you don't see anything past, like you don't see Alessio. No, I'm sorry, that's not true because he's right next to the campfire, which is still going. So I would say you see Alessio's very, very, very dark silhouette.
Of course.
As it should be. Yeah.
Yes.
Except
I'm
for
gonna
the
walk-
midnight around.
Okay. Screw the discreet plan. I'm just gonna walk towards the campfire.
I'm not
I
gonna
like
be
the
discreet.
idea that
I'm
you're like
just walking.
slowly sauntering over, kind of thing, like
he whips
totally naked.
The tent flap open, just like, huh.
What do my
Let it be known
nipple
that
eyes see?
Booker looked up, saw you come out, and like did the whole thing where like they put their paw over their eyes, and he's just like,
Yeah. Like I like the idea of now was just coming out very like nonchalant, like Look at me. What's happening?
Yeah.
Is there anything more
I'm
interesting
tired.
than me right now? Because I'm bored. All right. What are you doing, Knobolas?
Don't
Okay,
hate me
sorry.
because I'm beautiful.
I,
All right. So
I
you moved a
closer
bit.
to the campfire. Does this get me close enough to see anything, or is this still like? not?
Yes. From here, you see Alessio. He's kind of running towards the center of the campfire. That's all you see. You do actually. You see a blue smoky glow to the northeast, but you are too far away to really see the silhouette of Vutha.
Okay. Well, seems like shit's going down. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cast. Shoot. I was hoping to attack something, but now that I don't see what the heck's going on, I guess I'll just.
No, knowing that you sleep naked, now I understand why Alessio took the first watch.
It's not the first time. Like, haven't I tried to lure him to the tent before, or was that someone else? I don't know.
That was
No,
short
that
round.
was short
Yeah,
drowned.
short round, yeah.
That's true. But I was naked there too.
Mhm.
Anyways,
Also, lure him to the tent.
With candy.
all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Armor of Agathis just to.
Good
have
call.
some protection
Awesome.
on the-
Nice.
yeah.
Fantastic.
idea.
All right. Cool. Is that it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a seat by the campfire because like I gotta assess the situation here.
That's fair. All right. Cool.
Don't get a splinter.
So your Armor of Agathis. So that. Do me a favor. Just reread that spell. Tell me what that 20 actually means. And TaLin, you're up.
Oh, you're asking me to say it? Or...
I guess TaLin's up, so I'll just read it. It's fine.
No, I can read it. I just didn't know if you were skipping. Those you're talking to me personally to read it.
5 cold
I can't
damage.
see
So what the
Booker
hell's the
anymore.
20 for? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Booker's
No,
right next to
the
you.
roll. I've always ignored the roll. I've always just done what it says.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, fair enough. It's funny how different this game is with a tabletop instead of just dice. Anyway, so TaLin, what are you doing?
So, I can't see diddly squat.
Okay, that is true because you do
so-
not have dark vision. Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
But I imagine Booker can smell these nasty zombie thingamajigs.
He does. Yes. So he has advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or smell. So
Sweet.
what are you trying to figure out?
So I'm wondering if Booker can help me find, whatever else might be attacking us. Because I've already killed one. Well, he already killed one skeleton.
Sure. I would
I
say
did it.
that's not even something that he would have to roll for, due to the smell and stuff. If you were to ask Booker something like like what's going on, like show me
Yeah.
the enemy or something like that, he will lead the way.
Cool. Okay.
You guys are
So,
in combat. He's more aware than you are. So
Okay. So, actually, I could just jump on him, right, and ride him over
Yeah.
to as far as we can go.
sure.
Uh,
So I'll let
how
you.
close can I get?
You could jump on him and he can move 40 feet.
Nice.
Okay. But also human me can't see anything, so I don't know where I should go.
Well,
To the campfire?
where are you
To the
going,
campfire.
TaLin? All right,
Wherever
towards the campfire.
Booker says is closest to an enemy.
You guys are running 40 feet to the north. Excellent.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
I am just I'm readied for hearing anything coming up with my
All right.
machetes. That's it.
So you're gonna take your ready action to hold a machete attack in case something gets within range of you. Is that what you're telling me? Because that's
No,
what it sounded
because you're
like.
going to
I'm
make
just-
that be somebody coming up who's on my side. So
No,
No, I'm just standing
that's
there
Not, that's not what that
listening.
means. No, so a ready to action is you tell me what your intent is, and if that event happens, then you are prepared for it, and you will take that action. So I
I just meant the
yeah.
wording though implies that if Alessio walked up next
Oh.
to me,
I
I'd
was
stab
trying to
him.
help you out. You tell me what you want your wording to be.
If I
You
see
just said I'm readying
skeleton
my
zombie,
machete. That didn't help.
Yeah. If somebody comes up that Booker is growling at and clearly aggressive towards, my machete is ready to
Perfect.
attack them.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna get
So
my head chopped off, aren't I?
if an enemy hostile comes within 5 feet of you, you will be swinging. All right, cool. All right, up next is Vutha. So Vutha is going to. He now sees you, Alessio. He has been tracking you for a while. He has a movement speed of 30 feet, but he is going to take a dash action to do 60 feet directly towards you.
Okay.
All right, and that will be his turn. All right, up next is a skeleton, who is along with him. He's also going to take his full movement. He's going to dash, shamble, if you will, shamble hurriedly towards you and get right next to you. Agnomeio, you're up.
Oh, right. Well, seeing that my brother in Rapier is surrounded by what I can only assume is malcontents, I will dash to his aid.
Okay.
And then that will be my turn.
Okay. Alessio, you're up.
All right. So let's see. Things are pretty close to me here. 30 feet is Vutha. 5 feet is Mr. Skelly Boy.
Doot doot doot.
Yeah.
Doot doot. That's what it is. I was like, what is it? Doot doot. Yeah.
It's a little too far.
Do, 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 do.
No.
The Skelly Boy. Doot 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 doot.
Let's see. What do I want to use here?
Those skulls look like pandas. I thought we were fighting pandas for a second.
Skelly
Pandas.
Pandas. All right, Alessio, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to use my. I'm just going to. Man, I'm not going to throw a damn short bow at him. You know what? I'm going to use one of my new spells. Okay?
I panic
throw
and
the
throw
bow
my
at him.
bow at him.
Not an arrow.
I'm going to throw my arrow at him and see. Hopefully that'll hit.
All right, so what do you
It's
do?
unbreakable.
This got a new spell called Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Ooh.
So everything within a 15 feet of me.
Oh, yes.
Create a sound or image, and it lasts for the duration. The Thunder Wave.
Mhm.
Actually, so creature takes 2d8 has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my Thunder Wave.
Thunder. Na, 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 na.
All right, so you're using your Thunder Wave in your location, right? And I believe...
Oh, no, not there. Where'd it go? I'm sorry, I've never used this before.
That's
man.
okay. All right, so Thunderous Force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a con save. On a failed save, blah, 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 damage. In addition, unsecured objects, blah, 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 they fly around. Okay. So you're doing your Thunder Wave in your current position with the intent to hit the skeleton that's right next to you, correct?
Yes. Yep.
All right, cool. A 17 will definitely hit. It's going to make a Constitution saving throw. It definitely fails with a 5. So go ahead and roll damage. It's gonna. I mean, it's dead either way. But it's gonna take 2d8 thunder damage plus an additional 3d8 or something like that. I don't know. It takes a lot.
Yeah, it takes a lot. So.
Wait. No, 2d8 thunder damage, and it's pushed 10 feet away. He says it's taking 9 damage, actually, so it does not die. But it is pushed 10 feet away from you.
Okay.
So it flies backwards, and it is now stumbling over its brethren, its skeleton dead brethren.
Pandas.
Okay. Cool. Anything else?
And then for my bonus action, can I use Misty Step again?
No, just the once.
Just
Per
once.
day.
Okay. Once per day. Got it.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I just want to. No, I can't move further away. Well, there's nobody near me. If I move a little bit towards back to the fire, where Knobolas and Booker and TaLin are, will anyone be able to get a attack on me?
Wait, did you used Misty Step earlier, right?
I did.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you didn't mark it off. I'm sorry. What was your question?
I said if I move towards the fire now, is anyone close enough to get
No.
an attack on me?
Nope. You did the right thing.
Okay. All right.
For that.
So I'll just move back here. Okay, I'm good.
Cool. All right. So a huge blast of thunderous energy comes from you, and it shoots the skeleton back, who stumbles backwards, and you take off, booking it down to the south towards the rest of your friends. All right. Cool. Knobolas, you're up.
All right. Well, surely I saw some of that, right?
At this point, I would say all of you can see everything. Vutha is close enough, including his emanating blue light, to be able to be seen by all of you.
Definitely heard the thunder.
They definitely heard the thunder.
And we see everything when it comes to Knobolas.
Everything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand up real calm, and I'm just gonna walk a little more towards the actions, maybe right over here.
Some extra sachet.
So I'll be full on silhouette with the fire, all my glory. All right. Anyways, I see the Vutha, or whatever the name is, and I'm just gonna. You know what? I haven't used my laser nips in a while, and I'm really excited. So I think I'd like to try them out.
Okay.
I feel like just being
the wrong idea.
Yeah, I feel like by being Knobolas and being naked, like that's a spell in and of itself that they should have.
Is it wrong? Is it wrong to want to ask Vutha how the hell that dude is still alive? I don't
No, you can do anything you want.
I don't know.
Out of curiosity.
I don't know if he'll tell us, but man, I was really curious how that dude's still alive.
I mean, do whatever you want. But Knobolas, if you're gonna do your attack, go ahead and roll.
I mean, if y'all want to ask him questions before I kick his ass, then sure.
No, I mean, so Alessio, you
his
just finished your turn, so if there's something that you wanted to say, now's the time to say it.
Well, Knobolas is sashaying over.
Yeah, well, Knobolas is firing up. I guess after I kind of run and get out of the get out of the vision of Vutha here, I kind of yell to Vutha, "Vutha, this is Alessio Morte. How in God's name are you still alive?"
I know who you are. I've been tracking you. You killed me, and I will do the same.
Well, obviously I didn't.
Okay, kind of failed.
All
Is
right.
that true?
Hey,
Is that true?
Knobolas, get this dude.
Okay, yeah, that's all I need to hear. I'm gonna nipple blast him. All right.
So, I suspect that Jason has no clue.
Well, you kill somebody it doesn't take, It happens.
That's fine.
It
Yes,
happens.
All right. So, a 17 will hit. So 11 damage. Okay.
All right, and then I'm gonna hit him with my second blast.
Sure. With all of your extra little stuff, is anything happening to him? Like, is he getting blasted backwards or anything like that? I don't remember.
He could. He
Yeah.
could, but I don't see any advantage to that necessarily.
Okay.
So
it's up to you. Cool. All right, so a 17 will hit, an 18 will hit, and you did 20 points total of damage. All right. Anything else?
no, I'm just gonna keep standing here and just.
All right, cool.
being naked
So-
and all.
So Vutha, this hulking pile of just mostly taut, but also it's not taut because he's more waterlogged. He has been drowned, and it's just he's bloated. Yeah, great term. But you see holes in his skin. He is just still this hulking bit of muscle, and there's scales, and all this stuff. So you blast him a couple of times, and he's still just walking towards Alessio. All right, TaLin, you're up.
It's not but a flesh wound.
I have to try to remember what happened with this guy. I can't I gotta go back and look at my notes.
Yeah, tell
I can tell you if you want. We have new viewers and stuff, so
let me look
sure.
back first before you say anything.
Sounds good.
Look, we've killed so many people.
All right, TaLin, what are you doing?
Okay, so is it just Vutha, or is there
At the moment,
another skeleton that would be?
There's one skeleton still alive to the side of Vutha here.
Wait, where?
Okay.
I don't see the skeleton.
He's right there.
Oh, there he is. He was
Oh,
underneath
man.
one of the pandas.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
what went on that?
Here, I'll move these guys off to the side a little bit so it's easier to tell because he's actually right there. All right.
Okay, but we can see Vutha now. You said, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to try to bow and arrow him.
Okay.
Archery,
You're
huh?
gonna
What's the
bow and
verb
arrow.
there?
Shoot.
I'm not sure of the verb.
Arrowed. Yeah.
Also, can you pick back up your arrows afterwards?
Yes.
Okay.
So
cool.
after combat, you can retrieve half of the arrows that you shot. Which with why'd you roll twice? Whatever.
I don't. Did it mean? It doesn't matter. They. Did
So an 8
poorly.
does not hit. Yep.
Yep. I didn't think it did. So, and we're too far away for Booker to get to him. So what I'm gonna do. So he's kind of walking this way over towards Alessio. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna move over to like this log, get behind
Okay.
this log to kind of take cover, but help attack him
Mm-hmm.
when the time comes. So, sorry, I was
All right.
clicking on the thing.
So
There
go
we
ahead and do that. All right.
And that's the end of my move.
Cool. Up next
Oh,
is
Booker
Vutha.
came with me.
All right, sure.
Declare.
So up next is Vutha. So Vutha is he's going to be able to make it to you, Alessio. So Vutha is going to, well, TaLin, you would get an opportunity attack as he moved past you. So if you want to take that, it's good. I think I might have told you guys this before, but just so you're well aware, an opportunity attack takes your reaction. So in the event that you had reactions, you wouldn't be able to use them until your next turn. Just in case that ever matters to you. But go ahead and roll your opportunity attack if you'd like to. It's your melee with one of your machetes. And while you're doing that, I'm going to set up what I'm going to do to Alessio here. So as he's getting close to you, Alessio, he's going to use... so 13 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. He's going to use his Vengeful Glare at you. So what you need to do is you need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
He takes 9 damage.
Cool. All right, so Alessio rolls an 11. So, that is going to take my action, unfortunately, but that's okay. So you are currently paralyzed, which means that you are not able to move, and any attacks against you have advantage on you. Yeah, so every one of your turns, you're able to re-roll that Wisdom saving throw, and if you roll a 15 or higher, you'll get out of it.
That's great. Suck at wisdom. That's perfect.
Well, maybe that's why you killed me.
We knew that.
We know you suck at wisdom. That's why you killed me. Yes. Anyway, so he's right in your face, but that it will end his turn.
Okay.
And you are currently paralyzed. So up next is the skeleton, he's gonna actually walk down, stand on top of this log here, TaLin, and he's gonna make an attack against you with his short sword.
That's just rude.
Which is going to be a 13, which I don't think hits.
Does not hit.
Correct, because you have your armor on. All right, so that does not hit. And then he's going to use the rest of his movement to kind of get to the right next to you. Okay, Agnomeio, you're up.
All right. I'm going to try to do a little bit of a fastball special off of Knobolas here. I'm going to run up naked Knobolas's back and jump off and like, you do not glare at my brother and rapier.
I was gonna say you need to ask permission for that, but I kind of liked it. So.
And then I'm going to rapier him.
Okay.
Very, very decisively. Oh.
That should not be a verb.
No. So a 13 will hit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So his AC is 13.
So 15 damage.
15 damage. All right.
Ooh.
So 15 damage.
And then I'm going to do another one.
Does he seem like he's injured and taking damage?
Well, that's a
or like...
risky right there, if I've ever seen one.
So he does not seem very injured at all.
Oh man.
Freaking
He is as you guys are hitting him, it's something about so did you reroll? Is that the 15?
I did.
All right, cool. So 15 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. So as you guys are hitting him repeatedly, so 14 damage. You're noticing that a lot of the blows are just kind of glancing off of his skin. Something about the way it's like waterlogged. It's not having as much of an effect as you would think.
That's what
All
I
right.
was worried about.
So, anything else, Agnomeio?
No, that'll be it.
All right, so you plunge your dagger into his back a couple of times after flying through the air, and he doesn't even look at you. Alessio, you're up. Go ahead and roll a wisdom save.
Boy. Not great.
No, so you are still stupefied. You are
Still stupefied.
get stupefied. All right. That's been
You
a
are
while.
disturbed.
Wow. All right, Knobolas, you're up.
All right, so I'd like to. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what movement like works. This gets me too close to the skeleton thing to go that way, right?
I mean, if you run past it, he'll get an opportunity attack on you. Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and freaking target the skeleton thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. I'd like to Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. Click on it and T before you do your attack.
Click on what?
Click on the skeleton and hit T, and then do your attack.
Yeah, because I'm really struggling.
That's okay. Or whatever you want. It's fine. We have all these cool mods that do all these cool spell effects and stuff, and yeah.
Every time I try to do that, I target myself and I get nervous. Myself, so.
I don't know how to click a button.
He did just learn how to click and drag.
Boom!
So.
There it is. Nice, you did it. All right, cool. So you do 11 points of damage, which is enough to kill him.
Okay.
Right, tell me what that looks like. So the skeleton is standing on top of the log. He had just made a big swipe with his sword against TaLin, and then you come along and...
Oh, well, thankfully the Eldritch Blast does have the power to push him, so he's going to like tumble backwards off the log and just shatter into a million bones.
Cool. He shatters into 236 bones.
Okay, there. He's figuring out the plans. Okay, TaLin.
Nobody fact-checked me. It sounded good.
I think that's right.
I think it's right, too. All right.
So
anything else?
I can do 2 Eldritch Blasts. Can I move in between Eldritch Blasts or no?
For sure.
Okay, I'd like to move myself right about here. And I'd like to use my second Eldritch Blast on Mr. I can't see his name.
Vutha.
No,
okay.
It's not working. Okay, there we go. It worked. Okay, this is a good trick. All right, let's try it again. All right. 13.
All right. So 13 will hit for 8 damage.
Okay. All right, and that pushes him back. Let's see how much. Oh shoot, I have to look at my research. Sorry. It does push him though, for sure.
Mm-hmm. It pushes him 10 feet. So in this case, it would push him 10 feet directly back into the fire.
Ooh, that's rad.
So he's going to take...
What I was going to try was to light him on fire.
He's going to take a little bit of damage. Cool. So I'll keep that in mind. Okay.
Does he look more bothered by that?
Does it do anything to him, or does he just look like still nothing?
Your Eldritch Blast definitely did some damage to him. He gets pushed back into the fire, and as he's kind of stumbling, you see the flames are licking up his legs. And you're not sure yet.
Okay.
I mean, nobody wants to be on fire. So, I suppose. Anything else, Knobolas?
No, that's it.
All right, TaLin, you're up.
Hello?
All right.
New soundtrack.
Not much.
All right, I muted Jason. So.
There we go.
Yeah, Jason, wave to me when you're ready to be back on. All right, cool. All right, anything else?
Sorry,
TaLin,
I'm gonna use my ensnaring strike to try and restrain him.
Okay.
And maybe that'll hold him in the fire.
So you're gonna restrain him in the fire. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Nice plan. Cast spell. We'll do it at level 2. Because I totally know what that means.
All right. So he needs to make a saving throw of strength. Okay. So let's make a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
So. So 25. So he has a pretty high strength roll.
Absolutely fine.
All right. So he is not restrained.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna move onto his other side. Me and Booker are to kind of help, like, try to pin him in.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you cast your ensnaring strike at him, and the vines kind of they hesitate coming out of the fire, and they kind of wilter away, and they just don't take any purchase on his skin. Okay. Up next is Vutha. So Vutha is going to... I feel bad that Jason's on the phone, but, maybe I'll try to kill him. It'd be funny. So Vutha is going to move forward into back towards Alessio here. And he is going to... Now that Alessio is still paralyzed, he's going to make a multi-attack against him with his fists, with advantage on both of these attacks. Due to the... That still didn't roll... advantage. So 10 did not hit... Sorry, I'm rolling because advantage
12.
didn't happen for whatever reason. Is it control? Or I thought it was shift, right? Maybe it's control. There, it's control. Okay. All right, a 16 will hit. and he's going to do 24 damage to Alessio.
Ouch.
All right, so he comes through with 2 huge haymakers. The first one misses, and the second one succeeds. Okay, and that will... He says, "I'll fucking kill you," and that will be the end of his end of his turn. He's very angry. He's very angry. So angry.
Wait, did Alessio say that or Vutha?
No, Vutha said that to Alessio.
Oh, okay.
All right. Up next is Agnomeio.
Okay. Well, I'm going to repair him right quick. But...
As one does.
As one does. I'm going to try... So 25 definitely hits, and I'll roll damage right quick. But I want to do my goading attack. So he has to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 16.
Okay.
And then the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets that aren't me.
Okay. I'm sorry, you said wisdom save?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll damage for that 15, because that'll hit. He rolled a natural 20 on his wisdom saving throw.
Well, crap.
For a 26. So
well, the 15 was
annoying.
the 15 was the damage, and then he's going to take another D8 anyway.
Okay.
So 16
A
damage
1?
total.
Oh, okay. I see. All right, so he takes 16 damage. So Vutha is starting just now to start look a little hurt.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to do that again.
All right.
Because if it ain't
What do you say to him as you're goading him?
You know, I smelled this once before. It was your mother!
He completely ignores you, actually, unfortunately, which is because that was a great line. All right, with a 17 attack, that will definitely hit.
All right, and 14 damage.
14
I'm going to
damage.
do my goading attack again.
All right. Go ahead. So he has to do
What
a.
happened
So he has to do a wisdom.
What happened to all my friggin' hit points? What the hell?
So, it was very. So he rolled a 15, I think, which is just enough to beat you, right?
It is. But
All right,
he'll
so-
still take it under D8 because that's what I do.
Yeah. So, Jason, so he came up to you. He threw a couple of haymakers. He hit you with one of them, and it did 24 points of damage to you. Yeah, big
But
one.
he's all like holy and falling apart. He has all this strength. That's amazing.
Damn right he does. All right. So, what's the D? So I think that's it, right?
More damage.
6 more damage, or 7 more
7.
damage. All right. Cool. All right. So you make fun of him again. It does not work. Alessio, you're up. Roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, goody.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Okay, wisdom saving throw.
You need to roll a 15 or better.
50. Sure. Yeah, my computer is running really slow right now, and I don't know why. Give me 1 second here.
Sure. Knobolas, you're up next. Tell you what, why don't we switch your position with Alessio for this turn?
Okay.
It's about to roll.
Oh, never mind, it rolled. Okay. Do you have a risky whiskey,
Oh.
Jason?
I feel like, did I use one already? I can't remember if I did or not.
That's fine. I'll
You
let you do
tried
another
to
one either
use
way.
He started to use one. I don't think he ended up.
I don't think
Yeah, but then
anybody's.
he found out it hit. Yeah.
I think only one person used it. I don't think it was you. Go, if you want a
just
risky
me.
whiskey, this is a good time to do it.
All right, I'll use it.
Oh no.
No.
A 7 will not do it. So you are still.
Was that my second roll?
Yeah. Yeah, a 5 and then a 7.
Oh, Jesus Christmas, man.
So you are still paralyzed, and I would say you're very dependent upon your friends at the moment. Knobolas, you're up.
I just want to like look to my friends and be like, what do we do here? Like, is he getting hurt? Like, do we keep attacking him? Do we figure out something else? Like, what?
So he is definitely getting hurt as you guys are attacking him. I mean, he's bleeding, but more so less blood and more like what looks like salt water is kind of oozing from his wounds. He's slowing down a bit, but it's hard to tell because he was looking pretty haggard even when you first saw him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll keep keep on hitting him. So I'm gonna step out of the way.
Did fire affect him worse, or
Didn't seem to.
Fire.
Yeah,
Fire. I mean, what do you mean affect him? Like he caught on fire. I mean, he took damage from the fire. Yeah.
I know he is.
but like other things didn't even distract him. Did the fire distract him?
I don't know.
Yes.
If you guys do anything to get him,
I'll say yes. Yep.
Please do. Jesus.
Yes, what?
This guy's about to kill me.
He seemed
Yes,
to
he
care.
seemed
Like
distracted.
he got out of that fire pretty quickly. I'll give you that.
He was bothered about being in the fire.
If you would have
Okay.
caught him in the fire, he
and bothered.
yeah, he was. I mean, he's got very wet skin. He doesn't want to dry out. I don't know.
I tried to ensnare him in the
etc.
fire.
I don't know. Knobolas, what are you doing?
Okay.
I guess I'll just freaking Eldritch Blast him again. Why not?
Sure.
When in doubt.
That's the go-to, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see if we can maybe put some more damage on this fucker.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for that. First one.
All right. 24 will hit
6 damage.
for 6 damage. Okay. Next.
That's not enough. Let's get him again. It's gonna be better this time.
No.
Natural 20
Oh.
29.
for 13 damage. Okay. So he is. He's now starting to. I wouldn't say he's breathing heavy because he doesn't really have to breathe, but he is limping as he's kind of just. He's having trouble staying vertical. You could tell that like whatever's holding him together is starting to fail. All right. Anything else, Knobolas?
Nah. Anything.
All
I'm gonna move a little bit further away. I feel like I'm a little too close to this
Sure.
guy now.
All right, TaLin, you're
I'm
up.
gonna move over here.
Okay. So I'm going to cast my Hunter's Mark to try and basically get his attention off of Alessio.
Okay.
Boop-a-doo.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you want to waste that because he's pretty fixated on me. I don't know if anything's going to distract him from trying to kill my ass.
Bill, can I, like, not backtrack, but, like, my things would have surely hit him into the fire, right?
Oh, yep, for sure.
I was
Sorry.
standing on that.
Nope, thank you.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yep. So he is now in the fire. I'll just.
Did he take fire damage?
He took 5 points of fire damage.
Okay, just wanted to check. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Yep. All right. So TaLin, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm still going to cast it just to try and distract him a bit.
Ooh.
I don't know what that does. What does that do? So I guess that's cast. What does that mean?
That's just how much extra damage you do because you're casting it. So, okay. So you attempt to. You marked your query. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit the blah blah blah. You have advantage on any wisdom saving. All right. So, and if your target drops a hero's, yeah, okay. So that just helps you keep track of
So
them.
he's.
That's fine. If you want to retcon that, that's okay with me. But
Weird.
just that doesn't do what you thought it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe that was a 4th edition.
It helps you track him. Like if
the
he somehow
podcast.
disappears, then you would potentially know where he is if it's within a certain range. But yeah.
Yeah, not what I thought it was. Okay. And then I'm going to bow and arrow him because he's hanging out in a fire.
I'm told it's shoot. You just shoot him. You shoot him. It's okay. You can shoot him.
No,
All right,
no,
so-
I like hers better.
That's fine. I'm gonna bow and arrow him. Oh, nice. Awesome.
17 hits.
All right,
6
17 will
damage,
hit for 6 damage. Okay. So you do 6 damage.
and I can attack twice. So
All right, so you pull out your UNT Serpent Bow. You knock an
Exactly.
arrow. You knock 2 arrows. 16 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
oh, why did it do it so nice?
19.
And then 5.
Nice.
5
Now-
damage by Queen Latifah.
All right, now don't forget that you have Booker. He's your bonus damage, or he's your bonus
Yes,
action.
but I'm a little worried about asking him to run into the fire. to
whatever
bite
whatever you
this
want.
guy.
I just didn't know if you forgot. Okay, cool. So Vutha's turn.
So,
All right.
yeah.
So Vutha is going to charge back out of the fire, right at Alessio here, and he's going to make another. Actually, what he's going to do is he's going to cast Watery Sphere. So Watery Sphere, he is going to place this directly on top of you, Alessio.
Great.
So you are basically he casts this giant orb of water, which is all encompassing of your entire body. Go ahead and roll a strength saving throw for me. No, you can't, because you are still paralyzed. So you are currently inside of this orb, and you will begin drowning on your next turn. Just making sure. Also, if you were to eventually fail that save, you could potentially be restrained. Okay, so that will be his turn, and he's actually going to move. Oh, shoot, he's going to move over there. I did it. It's fine. And Agnomeio, Alessio, what the hell is your name? Agnomeio, you have an opportunity attack against him.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Figure I'd hold you guys accountable to that. I should hold myself accountable to it. It's fine. Oh, no. A 27 will hit.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
Only an 8.
All right, an 8. He is definitely on his last legs. Okay. He says, Alessio, if I'm going to die, I'll take you with me. Agnomeio, you're up.
All right. I am going to move to the space next to Alessio, and then I'm going to use my bait and switch, which
Ooh,
allows me to switch places with Alessio for a superiority die.
fantastic. Good call. I like that.
So
All right.
I'm going to pop him out of the bubble. I will take his place, and he will move to my space.
Nice. All right, so you grab him by the arm, you yank him out, and you just willingly leap into the bubble.
Exactly. Yeah. Pretty much.
I like it.
Yeah. Now, can I still attack well within the bubble?
No. Well, roll a strength.
all right.
Roll a strength saving throw for me. Let's see what happens.
Okay. 19.
That'll be enough. So you are considered restrained, but you are able to make attacks with disadvantage.
All right. Well, hey, I'll take it.
Yep.
I'm going to get out my sword, and I'm going to rapier this man like I have never rapiered a man before.
Just
Well, that one won't hit.
a 10 will not hit.
15.
A 15 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
11 damage.
All right, 11 damage. So, how do you do this?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, really? As you're waggling your rapier from inside the orb.
I heroically grab my brother and rapier and throw him to the side, and I leap through the bubble. It's like slow-mo. I'm like, and the rapier just barely pierces through his rotting head.
Excellent. So, Vutha falls to the floor, or to the ground, and the body completely just lying there limp, and you see it essentially turns into a liquid. All of the flesh just disintegrates into this salt water, which just pools on the forest floor. And we are now out of combat.
Agnomeio Banderas, you're my hero.
And Alessio, so you eventually come out of your paralysis, and the fog dissipates. And Agnomeio, you were kind of hovering in the middle of this giant watery orb that splashes down and kind of sweeps away whatever was Vutha. It also extinguishes your fire. So, what would you guys? What's going on? You guys are out of combat, and
First I go over to Agnomeio and say, "Thank you, my brother, for getting me out of there. I thought I was gonna die along with him."
No, I will not let you, my brother. Not as so long as we are together.
I'd like to walk up to them completely nude and just put my arms around both of them. I love you guys.
We just do a big
And you
group
know
hug.
how short Agnomeio is and how tall Knobolas is?
You know,
saying.
makes it easier.
I don't-
Hello.
Awkward hug.
I kind of sit there and I ponder. I'm like, I don't understand how he was still alive. How did he find us? He said he was tracking me. I don't understand. Does this mean there's more of him tracking us? We should watch our six.
Agnomeio, get your bracelet you found out. See if there's anything going on with it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pull out the bracelet and see if anything's changed with it, or if it's emanating anything
Does
weird.
it seem like it's glowing
Sure.
or anything? It smells like fish out here.
So actually, you'll notice that although it takes a little bit of time, the smell of fish is dissipating. You get the feeling it's not from the Oasis of Serpents. As far as the scarlet little ring there, or band, whatever you want to call it. So go ahead and roll Arcana.
Sure. 23.
Ooh.
With a 23, you're confident that band has nothing to do with this.
Interesting.
Bugger. Hey, means you get to keep it.
Well, yeah, I mean that is.
It's a plus.
Excellent. All right. So, is there anything else you guys would like to talk about or do?
I don't think so.
Alessio, what happened with this Vutha guy? Like, why is he so particularly mad at you?
The back of my notes, the last thing I had written about Vutha was that he was on that ship that we were on, that
The
prison
Mighty
ship.
Maiden. Yep.
Yeah, and he, when the ship started taking on water, could not get him out of his cage, so he left him. So,
Just open the bottle. That squeaking is the worst.
what's that?
Somebody,
Yeah, the
Someone's
squeaky-
chair.
somebody's
I think it's a
very
chair.
slowly open. Oh, is it a chair? Okay, I'm sorry.
I think it's a
sorry
chair.
To interrupt. Okay. I'm like, that's the worst noise. I thought somebody was just very slowly opening a bottle. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, we should let you know, TaLin. We drowned like multiple people before you
Yeah.
met us. So
Yeah, so,
And I'm the one with a -1 charisma?
so he, you know, we thought he went down the ship, and he was cursing me as we were running out of the room. But how he stayed alive, I don't know. I don't know if Bill could give us.
Did you know anything about him before that? Like, why were you interacting with him to begin with, I guess?
I can't remember. Like, I don't. My notes don't go back that far. Unfortunately.
Okay. I mean, I could give you guys information, but if anybody has any other information, like, you guys try to figure it out first, and I'll tell you what you should know.
oh, I
Hey.
remember.
Okay.
The squeaking's not coming from me. My monitor turned off. The squeaking's coming from Jason. Thank you very much.
I don't know, you're looking a little suspicious there.
Let me clarify here. I don't know why the camera stopped, but
Yeah, your camera stopped a little bit ago. Yeah.
yeah.
There's nothing squeaking.
That's okay.
Every
Anyway,
time
so
you move.
Anomio, do you wanna fill some people in?
As I remember it, there was a group of prisoners in the brig, and when we were attacked at sea, we attempted to free them, but some of them did not make it. Especially a certain dragonborn who was left to die by an unnamed individual who was totally right, and I will never judge his decision making at all.
But
I was
Knobolas
just
tried to
wondering-
save him, if I remember correctly. I think Knobolas tried to like get him out. Okay. I mean, to be
You
fair,
all-
he didn't attack Knobolas, so I don't really.
You all tried to get him out, actually.
Okay, cool.
I know, I think we did, but then we just ended up leaving him. Yeah.
Look, the ship was bloody sinking. We couldn't have like.
Bill, remind me. Wasn't there a
Hmm?
time we ran into Vutha before we saw him on the ship again?
Yes.
Okay,
So-
that's what I thought. That's
so-
the part I can't remember.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so let me fill in some details here because Alessio would remember. So Alessio's very first goal, job for the Shadow of Brakoth was to plant a stone within Vutha's shop in order to spy on him. Because of that stone, the Shadow of Brakoth was able to discover that he was selling poisons to, or just herbs or whatever, alchemy equipment to the Shadow of Brakoth's competition.
That's
because-
what it was.
And because of that, basically they framed Vutha and sent him away on the prison ship. So Vutha was on the prison ship directly because of Alessio's interaction. When the
I
ship
didn't know that.
when the ship went down, Although Alessio tried to pick the lock, and Agnomeio, I believe you tried to break through the door.
I do remember trying to kick it down, yeah.
You guys were not able to do so, and Vutha ended up dying cursing your name, Alessio.
That's right. No, I remember that part. It was the original.
I remember the cursing.
I remember he was mad at me. I just didn't remember that I was my fault.
It was the original meetup, and now that you're kind of bringing back that first task I had from the Shadow Berkov, kind of going in and placing that on him. Now it's all coming back now. So yeah.
It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. There were moments so cold. Sorry. All right. Sorry.
We need a musical breakout of this campaign.
That guy is very cold.
And there were flashes of light. All right. So anyway,
why do you know so many of the words?
I just it's an awesome song. All right. Anyway, you guys. Anyway, you end up finding rest for the rest of the night. You relight the campfire. So let's relight that campfire. Nice. So you relight the campfire, and you end up taking the rest of your night watching, quite on edge. Tell me, would any of you go to bed at this point, or would you all feel like you needed to stay up? Like, tell me what you would do at this point in the night.
I mean, Alessio would especially be weary. I think Alessio would be like, I'm first of all, I'm pretty damn hurt. I only have 11 hit points left.
Oh,
I need to rest. So
yeah, you get some rest. I mean, you stood watch. I think we should all, or whoever needs to stand by him.
I'll bake some eggs and bacon.
I can stay up and watch. I can watch if y'all need some rest and to heal up. Like,
sure.
Do it.
I don't know if a long rest or something that I could take will give me some hit points back. But jeez.
So
the rest of us can split it up.
What happens right now? So as you guys are, unfortunately, it starts raining, and it starts raining very heavily. You are in a rainforest, and your campfire goes out, and the bacon and ham that you attempt to serve is only mostly cooked. Alessio, although you're able to kind of settle into your tent, let me make sure I heard that right. Are you guys kind of keeping watch over him? Like, are you guys taking the watch? I'm kind of confused as to what you're doing for the rest of the night. It's only probably like 1 o'clock, and then you guys only just went to bed. It's probably like 11 or maybe even midnight.
I am staying up to watch for sure, and apparently Agnomeio is making eggs or something like that.
We're just going back to our original shift order.
Yeah, because I was next up on this shift. Yeah. So
okay, so Knobolas, roll a d20 for me.
15.
All right, with a 15, so you are amped up from the fight, and you are easily able to take your watch, and you do not see anything. And I believe who was up next? I should have written it down, but I didn't. I think
I was last, so I think next up was Agnomeio.
So you'll be last. So there's only 3 shifts per night. So go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Wait, 8 hours is split up between
3 people, because you all have to get a long rest. It's how it works.
So roll a d20.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay.
18.
So you see a couple of little baby boars kind of on the outskirts of your camp, just kind of rooting around, but there's not a whole lot going on. And you guys make it through the rest of the night. So before we end for the night, I'm going to ask you guys, and I know Agnomeio either dropped or maybe lost connection or something, but for the rest of you that are here, where are you? Is your plan still the same? Are you still planning on heading towards the dwarven city of Erngor Zuak? At the moment, you are pretty much like right over here at the tail end of the Oasis of Serpents.
Yes.
I mean, I think so.
Okay. And Alessio, any opinion?
No, dude. I'm good.
Cool. All right. Excellent. So when we revisit... Oh, go ahead. Oh, there's...
Can we check Vutha's body to see if there was anything, that might indicate like what was helping him stay alive?
So Vutha disintegrated into seawater.
Okay, and there's nothing left behind in the pond of the little pool of water.
Had there been that sphere that was encompassing Alessio and then following Agnomeio, ended up washing most of it away, and then followed by the rain that is still heavily pouring on you guys. I don't expect that there's much.
Okay.
All right. So when we rejoin next week, we will be heading towards Erngor Zuek, which at the moment you guys are at the southern end of the Oasis of Serpents towards the tail. And we will see what happens then. But for everybody here who joined us tonight, thank you very much.
Hold on, Bill. Before we go, can I shout out our patrons?
Absolutely, please.
I realized we didn't do that at the top of the stream. So I want to give a shout out to our amazing patrons that help make this show possible. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Mike, Steve, Tony Two Toes, EJ, James Taylor, David, Martin Lewis, Scott MC. Thank you all so much for your support at the various levels across Patreon. If y'all do want to support the show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Dungeons and Drams. Get access to some behind the scenes content, some maps, little secrets to reveal, and I think, Bill, you forced off our player that was on Patreon before, so now you guys get access to some very exclusive stuff that none of us can see.
I can say a lot more on there now. Adriana used to be one of our patrons, and I used to kind of have to temper what I said a little bit, or ask her politely not to look. But as you guys have seen, Adriana is a student, if nothing else, and I suspect that would be a little bit tough. That being said, we are about to potentially head into a city, and there is a tier there where you can help create an NPC. So if that is a thing that interests you, I would suggest you check it out and see if that's something that's could be fun. McShweta, however, was our first player viewer.
What happened to McShweta?
Yeah, so McShweta is currently with the Raiders, as far as we know. So she is a Raider now, but we'll see what happens. All right, but anyway, thank you guys all for playing tonight. Jason, thank you for letting me beat on you yet again. At least it wasn't with a small amount of snakes this time. It was with a big old beefy boy. So
it's obvious every week you want to kill me. So.
I know. I feel bad, but I'm
really just waiting for the week for it to happen.
I feel like we should have a drinking game for every time Alessio almost dies. Like, do a shot or something.
I will say, like, I'm writing it as I want to, and the amount of times where you are the victim is unfortunately a lot. It's not on purpose, but I'm also kind of like, oh, it's Alessio's turn.
I don't know if I can say it's not on purpose anymore.
Yeah, that sounds like it was on purpose.
It sounds like with how much it is swayed towards Alessio almost dying each and every week, I don't think you can say it's not on purpose.
Oh, maybe we'll see what happens. All right.
I'm just letting you know I have a backup character I'm working on just in case. So we'll see what happens.
Good to know. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us here on Dungeons and Drams, and we hope to see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.